Hello everybody, I'm Jack. Welcome to Raw Tropical Living and welcome to a new week. Hope your week's off to a good start. What's the date? Monday the 23rd or 24th. I don't have my calendar out there. Hard to believe, one more week left in July. This summer's almost gone, so those things that you wanted to get done with your diet over the summer, you better go ahead and lock them in because you know that cool weather will be coming before you know it. And as the old people always tell you young folks, the older you get, the faster that time goes by. Today I'm going to talk about why a raw vegan fruitarian diet for me. I do videos every day, so if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please go down now and hit that subscribe button, and then make sure you click on that little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. So why a raw vegan fruitarian diet for me? It's very simple. Most things for me are simple. I keep it basic. I'm not that smart of a person. I've killed so many brain cells. Simple is the only way I know to do things, to learn things, and how to explain things. And most everything for me is by feel. It's all about how I feel. And I feel spectacular every day. Now, I will walk that back a little bit because I don't, as I do this channel and, I watch other people's delivery and I watch what other people do, not so much judgmental, but just kind of to see how I want to do things. And it's not even really in the food. Everybody wants to be a kind of a know-it-all. And I don't like to come across like that. This is just stuff that this is like an ongoing, never-ending experiment. And I just kind of like to share. I'm never going to tell you that this is the end-all be-all. I always want to leave open the possibility that I'm leaving things out, that I'm not doing it 100% correctly. And also, too, one little word of caution is just because I'm not naive. I've heard stories, I've read a lot of stuff. Just because I feel great after 6.5 years, it hasn't meant, well, now he's been doing it that long, he's good forever. No. Something might, a deficiency or something I'm not doing right or something I'm missing, something I'm doing wrong may show itself in a couple of years and I'll adapt. But I have a feeling, I will feel it when it's time. If it's time to adapt, I will feel it. Fruitarian, what does fruitarian mean too? Because there can probably be a number of definitions on this. And I didn't even get on there. I started to. I thought about getting on Google and Googling fruitarian and getting a couple of definitions. Now, if somebody was going to strictly go by, a strict definition of the word itself, would mean you eat nothing but fruit. No, I'm not a fruitarian. I eat other things, of course. Don't eat it 100% of the time, but I think one of the standard definitions a lot of people use, like if you get 75 to 80% or higher of your calories from fruit, you kind of consider yourself fruitarian. So I'm definitely, I think it's a no-brainer that I get. I know it's a no-brainer right now. It's almost always, I think it's always a no-brainer, but for now it's absolutely a no-brainer that I'm doing 75 to 80% of my calories from fruit. In fact, it's probably up closer to 90-95% right now because the summer, I'm just like I say, going with the feels again. I go with them feels. And I'm pretty much, that's all I'm eating is fruit. Fruit. I'm working on another What I Eat in a Day video just so you can see what the midsummer version of how I'm eating looks like. But yeah, I'm eating fruit. And I feel, here's the reason, here's the main thing when it goes back to the feels. I want to feel the highest of the high. I don't want to feel, I did that video last week, good, better, best. I don't want to feel, okay, well, I'm good, I'm okay, I'm good enough. I feel all right, I feel good. I want to feel as good as I can possibly feel. And each time I think I've plateaued and I amp it up even just a minute bit, it gets me excited because I'm like, wow, wasn't quite sure I could go any higher than that, but I just kind of keep on going higher. And it's been the fruit, it's been more fruit that has led me there. Now, having said that, I'm already having like this little dialogue back and forth in my head, but you're not getting enough greens right now. And I haven't been very focused on the greens this summer. And I'm just kind of like, it will come. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not discounting the greens. I kind of feel, I don't know why, I feel like a a big heavy period of greens probably coming on this fall. Probably when watermelon season's over and I'm not getting this spectacular watermelon for watermelon juice in the morning, I'll probably get back to focusing on the greens a little bit more. I'm growing some wheatgrass juice again. So yeah, the greens are something I'm always very aware of, and I'm always, you know, kind of probably should get more. I will get those back in there. And then, you know, the fat. But I like my even fruit for fat. I had half an avocado yesterday. It was just amazing, amazing. I hadn't had any fat this week except for probably the only fat I've added until yesterday was cacao. A little bit of fat in cacao. And I don't do that for any particular reason. Sometimes when I talk about this stuff, I'm like, okay, how are people interpreting this? When I say I go like 5, 6, 7 days and I don't add any overt fat, I'm not on some sort of a cleanse. I'm not on some sort of program, but once again, it's just intuitive. Like I just don't feel the fat a lot of the days. But then when I do, I eat it. But something interesting happened yesterday. I made this corn chowder for dinner, and normally I hardly ever, and especially since I hadn't had fat all week, I hardly ever just eat half of an avocado. So I'm making this soup, and I cut up, and in my head, I fully intended to put the full avocado in there because, you know, I've been all week. It's Saturday. I want a little bit of extra fat. You know, I haven't had fat all week. I'm going to really enjoy this nice avocado. Well, I put half of that avocado in, tasted the soup, and I'm like, you know what? If I put that other half of an avocado in there, I'd just be putting it in just to eat it, when it's not really necessary. This soup is good. It's really good, and I don't think that other half of an avocado is going to add that much more to it to justify eating it. So I put it back in the fridge. But like I say, even like instinctually going, like while I'm preparing my meals, my body's even getting more honed to tell me like, no, let's don't do that second half of the avocado. And it maybe made sense because after that, I went out and had a long walk yesterday afternoon and with a heat index of 106. The fat can kind of bring my energy level down just a little bit again. And once again, when I say the fat brings my energy level down, it's just like depending on what I'm going to do right then. You know, if it's not like it wouldn't have hurt me at all. I would have been totally fine eating that whole avocado, just didn't need to. That doesn't really have anything to do about why the Fruitarian, but just kind of like I say, I'm always trying to translate my thought process on doing this, and it's always just very natural, and it always just flows. And that's why I can't answer too many of the why this, why that, what's the ratio, what's the recipe. There's just not very much structure. It's just very much chaotic. It's very much natural. It's very much me just eating a few simple things all the time and doing that over and over and over and over. But I'm going to tell you, like I say, I talk about this all the time, and I don't want it to be conflicting information. It's just trying, like I say, trying to be transparent, trying to tell you what I think and show you what I do. Where I constantly tell you, I don't throw the cooked food under the bus. I highly encourage people that are just being plant-based, just, you know, plant-based, low-fat plant-based, leave out the oils, leave out the salts. And I don't throw that cooked under the bus. I eat the cooked from time to time, but it's just very much just kind of like a toy. It's not, you know, I don't know, and there's no rhyme to reason to that. I get asked that, well, how much cooked food? How often do you eat cooked food? Who knows? Who knows? It can be 2, 3, it could be, if I'm going to Pensacola and I'm going to go to the restaurant, it could be every week, but I haven't been going to Pensacola but about twice a month. So it's usually, I don't know, there's no usually, it's just whatever is, and that's how I eat. That's how I'm always going to eat. Possibly a good bit of my, you know, just how I live by myself. I structure my day. I work here at home, so I don't have to go places. So I probably have a little bit more freedom than others. But yeah, I just go by what I feel like eating. And I've even gotten very, very instinctual this summer. I don't know, most of the time, I don't even know what the next meal's going to be. But I feel great. I feel great all the time. I don't know. Like I say, I don't sit here and pontificate about, no, this is that, this is right, this is wrong. I do, though, think a lot of people just don't make it to the other side. I think if you ever got a taste of this feel, you, like I said in the video last week, it's like the drugs. If you ever got this high one time, you'd be like, oh my God, I can't lose that. I want to get it. I want to keep it all the time. And that's just kind of how I feel. It just feels good to feel good all the time, you know, especially at 54 when everybody's telling me I'm supposed to have aches and pains and I'm supposed to have this, and I hear other people breaking down and, like, you know, just accepting it like we're supposed to. Even wait 10 years, 15 years younger than me. People in their late 30s are already, well, you know, getting older, this and that, things, oh, the knees are hurting and this is hurting and my back and this and that. No, I feel good and I want to feel good all the time and I expect to feel good all the time. You know, just because we hit a certain age doesn't mean we are supposed to feel a certain way. That's kind of how we've been told we're supposed to feel. So anyhow, that is why a raw vegan fruitarian diet for me. Everybody else got to make their own choice on that thing. But I can't wait. You thinking of that word fruitarian, just as every day gets closer, I cannot wait to go to the Woodstock Fruit Festival next summer. 600 of my people, just a week of just good conversation, eating fruit, being out in the breathing great air up there, and it's just going to be a blast with all my fruitarian folks. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.